Thanks for joining me for my video, Take Charge of Your Summer Before It Takes Charge of You, as we create a lap book for you and your family to plan your summer with. If you're like me, you start your summer with great plans of things you'd like to do and things your kids want to do. But before you know it, summer's over and all your great plans went with it. This year, with a little planning before your summer gets into full swing, you'll be able to look back on this summer as one of the best ever and look forward to planning next year's summer. Lap books are a great way to collect and display information. Here's a summer lap book we're going to create today. I also wanted to give you some other examples of lap books you can create during the year. As a homeschool mom for 10 years, I often had my children create lap books to display the information that they were studying. Here's one my eldest daughter did on the Founding Fathers. When you open the front two flaps, you now have one side which holds a report. The center page now holds information. The center page also flips up, and now you have two more surfaces to hold information. And then the bottom page now flips down, and you have two more surfaces to display information. She could have also used this side. So this is a great way to display a lot of information in a nice, orderly manner. Here's another example of a lap book that my youngest daughter made when she was learning her math facts. We took 3 folders, glued them together on the sides, placed her math facts on them, and then this folds up to a nice, neat, portable book that she can take in the car and study her math facts. I created the lap book using all Stampin' Up! Materials. You can create yours using supplies you have around your home, or you can order a kit from me. In the kit you'll receive 1 sheet of designer series paper, and here is the Good Morning Sunshine. And as you'll notice, it's double-sided. You'll receive 6 sheets of cardstock that coordinate with the paper I send you. You'll receive 2 of the top note die cuts for your title. You'll receive at least 2 of the chipboard So Tweet, and it has birds and owls on it and flowers and fruit, so you'll receive at least 2 of those. You'll receive some Stampin' Dimensionals to complete the project, a library clip to hold some of your papers, and finally the papers and folder to complete your project. The cost of the kit is $10 for 1 kit, $15 for 2, and $19 for 3, and that includes shipping. So let's get started creating. Okay, so now we're ready to create our lap book. First we're going to start out with just a plain file folder, and we're going to open it all the way, and we're going to fold both sides to the middle. Alright, and then I'm going to take 2 colors of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and glue it to the front flap, and then there's going to be a piece glued to the back flap, so we'll do that now. I'm going to use our glue stick, which works great. There's a big wide edge to glue with. I'm going to put glue on the whole thing. Let me do all the edges so that they're all glue tight. I'm going to center it on this first flap. Okay, and press down, but I don't want to press it, I don't want to glue it to the center flap. Then I'm going to open it all up. Now I'm going to take my other color of cardstock, and I'm going to glue that one too. I'm going to line it up with the blue, the Pacific Point cardstock. Okay, so now I have my front cover of my lap book, and it's ready to decorate. Now we're ready to decorate the cover, and I've taken a piece of designer series paper at 8 1/4 and 10 3/4 and taped it on top of the front cover. I took the Big Shot top note die cut and put a piece here, and that will be our title. I then took 2 pieces of chipboard, the So Tweet chipboard, and I used the owl and the branch. I covered the owl with designer series paper and then just cut it out using scissors and an X-Acto knife. And then I took ink and a sponge dauber and put the ink on the sponge and then just dabbed it on the chipboard, and it turned out great. This is Old Olive, and the nose was done in chocolate chip. I then added googly eyes instead of using the hearts. I like the googly eyes. I'll go to the inside cover, and I've just taken a piece of scrap paper about 1/2 inch by 3. I use Stampin' Dimensionals to raise it up a little bit and then put a little clip on it. The center section is going to have another piece of cardstock on it, and all I took was regular strapping tape and I lined it up at the very top. Laid it down and just taped it to the very top. Alright. Now that I've taped this down, I'm going to bring in my second sheet of cardstock and tape it to the bottom of the middle section, again with strapping tape. I'll flip that around. And then we have one more sheet. We can flip that down. And one more sheet of cardstock. We can flip it all down. We're ready to complete our lap book. And on this first section, we're going to have a summer reading list. And I've left a clip there so you can add more than one sheet. Hopefully they'll fill up many sheets with their books that they've read this summer. It's just a great encouragement. And if you need some reading lists, I've got 2 great books here. Honey for a Child's Heart is my very favorite by Gladys Hunt. And there's also Books Children Love. And these books are broken down into different age groups and grades and fiction and nonfiction. And they're just wonderful lists of some really good books for the children to read this summer. The second section is things to do and places to go. And all you need to do is just have your children brainstorm about things that they would like to do this summer and places they would like to go. And as she does these things, one of the things she wanted to do was go to Disney World, which she got to do on her birthday. And on the inside sheets that I've left, I've now got a number of surfaces that I can put pictures on of her summer activities. So a picture of her sister and herself at Disney World can go on one of these sheets. And you have a lot of room to put some pictures on. So this is a great place to scrapbook your summer. The last section, I have divided into 3 sections. The first thing, my daughter's going into 3rd grade, so I wanted to know what she wanted to learn before she started 3rd grade. So for her it was to multiply. So, and we may not get to that, but at least we have an idea, well, this is something we need to work on this summer. And so we're gonna start working on how to multiply. The second thing was, well, what do my parents want me to do this summer? And this they can ask you, and it'll be a fun thing for the 2 of you or the 3 of you to get together and decide what would you like your children, maybe 1 or 2 things you'd like them to do this summer, like maybe make their bed every day or learn how to empty the dishwasher. The third one we just made a fun thing was foods I'd like to try this summer, and be creative with your own section. So now we have a completed lab book. And as the summer goes on, you can fill it in, you can check things off, you can add to it, and when they get bored and say, Mom, I'm bored, what can I do? You can pull out this summer lap book, open it up, and find some great activities for them to do this summer.